What's up YouTube, Broccoli AC here. I'll be doing a deck profile today on my second place Chunin event. It wasn't as big of a turnout as I thought there would be. There's only 10 of us, so I'd expected a little bit more, but regardless, had a good time, had some fun. Members consisted of Team Lake County, Team Chicago, and Team Milwaukee, and I managed to get second. I decided to run Earth, Wind, Shimon Control, otherwise known as Shy City, Midwest version of this deck that me and Dante put together. Unfortunately, Dante left for the Air Force about a month ago, so had to do a lot of tweaks here and there. But we decided to go with Earth, Wind because Earth is still a very strong and solid element, mainly because of mind transfer and all that good stuff. So yeah, here we go with my deck, and hope you guys like it. 3 Sheikah Outwit, best 0 drop in the game. He could only lose to himself and Pakun. 3 Hanari, she has 2 mental power, she has Genjutsu attribute, so she could block against those early game Kakashis that's put in play through JI or Pakun. And she can look at your opponent's hands, which is great off the bat, you know what they're playing, and she could potentially draw and charge. So she does a lot. That's why I run 3. 2 Sasuke Solos, second best 0 drop in the game. If your opponent can't hit any good curves right off the bat, you get 2 battle awards or you get to damage your ninja. 2 Hotaru, guaranteed draw in the beginning. She just helps filter cards, draws, and all that good stuff. 1 Sakura, she has 3 mental power, and I run the Ino Childhood Draw Engine, so it helps fulfill the requirements of Ino, and during the EOJ she could perform mental power battles. 1 drops, 3 Ino of course. I would much rather have her limited to, or banned, to 0. She has helped me out so much in this deck just because I'm losing hand presence, so she helps keep up the counts, and she mind transfers early, which is very powerful, especially if you hit, some good chakra, student sensei, or whatever. 1 Tamari, of course, Jutsu. Make sure the Jutsus go off early game with mind transfers, or if they're hanging on to a big Jutsu like Genjutsu or Dragon Flames, get rid of that. 2 drops. The main the main ninja card of the game. Prevents all ninjas being put in play except through deployment. So ninjas can't be flashpointed, reinforced, put in play through costs, only through deployment. And he combos with a couple of the main cards of the deck. Next, I ran 1 Pain Rock Path just to stop those odd entrance cost missions and activated effects like Warhawks, Sakura CPs, anything like that. It didn't really help me too much just because I hit Shimon most of the time, so there was no point of him not bringing out Heretical. But he was there to sacrifice my ninjas when I mind transferred. 3 drops, 2 Obito, pay 2 win, pop a ninja out for the game. At the end of the turn, return it. Shimon prevents that from returning it if Shimon remains healthy at the end of the turn, and it gets rid of their big ninjas, whatever else you need. 1 Sakura CP, needed a card that gets extra battle awards. She's great for support, or even as head ninja. She has 3 mental power, very strong. 2 Gaara, I like this Gaara a lot because he has a lot of versatility. He's Genin, blocks against MVS. He's 5, which is really solid head ninja. And during your mission phase, you could pay 2 random chakra, pop a ninja to your hand, and your opponent has to pop the ninja with the same entrance cost if it's resolved. So if pop down, my turn 3 Obito, move it back to my hand, I could use it next turn. The opponent gets rid of like a Sakura or something. Or same thing, pop my Tamari back to my hand, they get rid of their Ino so they can't draw for that extra turn. I ran 1 Pain Human Path, mainly because 2 uses, his hand discard, and also he has mind. So a lot of people forget that he has mind. He has 3 mental power, so he could combat against most of the mental power cards in the game. aside from like Sakura, Shikamaru, Kakashi, you know, a few cards, but most cards have 2 amounts of power or less. So he's helpful. 1 Kurenai, of course. If somebody's rushing, play her. 5 drops, I ran 1 Deidara. Again, just need extra cards to get some battle rewards. Mind transfer one of their ninjas, sack one of my ninjas. It's all good. 6 drops, 1 First Hokage. I'm milling a lot with Ino, so of course I need to bring those cards that I've milled out, like mind transfers or anything, back to my deck to potentially draw again. And he gets 2 battle rewards back to his hand. 1 Kazekage, protects ninjas, really cheap Jutsu cost negation, but he's overpriced. So yeah, that's why I run him, because he's expensive. 1 Pain Devapath. This is Dante's favorite tech card just because, I mean, towards the late game, turn 6, you know your opponent's going to be waiting to play those big game jutsus or those big ninjas. So if you're starting off and you hit your 6 drop, you're going to want to look at their hand, see what they have, and you could pretty much move that card to the bottom of their deck. People who are waiting for spontaneous, you know, that the card that they've been searching for, or Genjutsu, or, you know, their turn 6 drop, it's very helpful. Unfortunately, didn't really use it that much. Missions. 3 Lunchbox. Dante wanted a way to help combat against Rush. So early game, it just gives all your ninjas +1, and it really did help out with the Rush. And especially later in the game too, when a couple of your ninjas are injured and you just need that extra push for coins, those +1/+1 coins. It's very, very helpful. 3 out of Comrades works the same way as Obito, except it's counter mission, and nothing can really stop counter missions right now. So you move a ninja from the game. Shimon's still happy at the end of the turn. Peace out. 3 Sheikah's Decision, best tutor in the game. Don't really need to explain this card because it's explained itself. Target Shikamaru, search for your curve. I have a lot of mental power ninjas, so I could hit my main key cards that I need early game. 2 Student Sensei, gives you 2 chakra off the bat. 2 Earth Chakra, potentially mind transfer early game, very, very important. 2 Sakura's Tears, copies a mission from your discard pile and applies effects. So this is my extra copies of mission cards, mostly Idle Comrades. So I could copy Idle Comrades on my turn, pop one of their ninjas, Shimon's there to smile back at you and say what's up. There remains room for play, but it's still, regardless, Sakura's Tears is a very great mission. It's versatile. Jutsus, of course, 3 mind transfers. I think it's the best jutsu in the game. I mean, sure, there's Dragon Flames, but mind transfer, you could do so many things with it. You could just sack for ninjas, you could chump block, you could get battle rewards with their ninjas. So many things, you know, with mission effects and everything. So I just think, just because of the variety of things that you could do with mind transfer, I place that a little bit higher than Dragon Flames. But they're both very, very strong jutsus. There's a whole bunch out there, but mind transfer, definitely top. 3 Vacuum Blade. I needed some protection from jutsus like Black Backstab and Dragon Flames and all that good stuff. So he helps me prevent those jutsus from blowouts, or even making sure my mind transfer connects. And I ran 1 Giant Eagle. Didn't really help too much, but it was there as more of a safety net. If I drew it, then I drew it. If not, then it's cool. But he helps me control kind of my discard pile for when I'm milling through Ino. And it really stops your opponent's caring just because they can't take out cards from a discard pile to use that effect. So he was alright. Actually, didn't really use him. Sideboard. 2 self-conversations for decks that run a lot of heavy missions like NVS, Warhawk, Clash. 2 Shizune, mainly to prevent my opponent from using Genjutsu on turn 5 or Spontaneous Tree. So she basically heals that ninja and he can't be sent out to battle this turn, helps me recover, potentially drawing mind transfers or idle comrades or Sakura's Tears, whatever else I need to get that ninja out. One day Dara, cited it against Revitalize. Didn't really use it, but this basically says you can only play one Jitsu on the chain. I didn't play any Fire Lightning, but I would also cite it against Fire Lightning, who runs heavy Jitsu. I ran one Shino, helped out a lot for decks that run for main themes like Revitalize, Spontaneous, Genjutsu, early game card blowouts, time purposes. He's good overall. One Soigetsu, Void, Mental Power, didn't really play any. One Pakun, Mental Power. One Obito, because I didn't know what else to side, but mainly against mirror matches with Mind Transfer or just any deck that ran heavy Jutsus. One Koharu for Rush. Didn't use it. And my reinforcement is pretty much everything that you could steal. The only reinforcement that I went with was when I Mind transferred Javad, Sasuke, and I went into Danzo. But other than that, it was pretty much garbage. Ninjas that I couldn't pick up and reinforce. And my last couple cards that helped me push for second place, 3JI. Very good card, I guess. I have 3 foils, so if anybody's looking for foils, let me know. I could hook you up with a very, very sweet deal that you cannot resist, hopefully, if you're smart enough. But yeah, overall, I think it was worthwhile the trip. I got more than I came here for, paid $10, and I got, for second place, I was able to get a mat, which I already have, but I don't mind. If anybody wants this, I could sell it for a cheap. I also got a doormat prize, which was pretty awesome. Kakashi for Zabuza, really, really cool. I like the mat. In addition, I got 6 booster packs of Avengers Wrath, and I pulled the Broke Nuts, Sasuke Susanoo, and 6 Hokage Danzo. If anybody wants this, I'm willing to trade it. I don't really need it as much, so hit me up, PM me and stuff. So that already is like $60 by itself. Got a whole bunch of promos, new ones, old ones. More so the new ones. Sasuke, Sakura, get the new Hinata, Sage Mode, and Clash. Clash looks kind of weird. I don't know if you guys out there agree, but it feels kind of really cheap, like a cheap cardboard type of thing. That's what I feel like. But yeah, random coin, and this is probably well worth the trip for this price, because it's a very, very rare limited edition. Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 fan. This one is very, very exclusive. You can only get it in high level tournaments, for placing top 20. So yeah, very, very limited. I'm gonna be selling this on eBay for $25. So if you guys want one, let me know. This is the only one I have. Send it to you in a nice bubble wrap. Tape it around, and it'll be good stuff. Hang this on your wall or on your mirror or anything. Pretend you're QB Shocker mode. Pretty much looks like a mirror too. Or you could attach like a ball and string and play paddle ball or whatever that thing is. It has many uses, but you could also turn into Ninetales at night when you're pissed off. It's a really good prize. So let me know if you're interested in that. Otherwise, hope you guys like my deck. Comment below, rate, comment, subscribe. I don't care if you like it, I don't care if you dislike it. As long as you watched it and enjoyed it, kinda. If there's anything that you see that you could edit it or comment and add, let me know. I know there's a couple changes that I want to make. But yeah, stay tuned. Wish I got some matches, but I wasn't able to because I was playing all those rounds. Other than that, damn, it's raining. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning now. Other than that, I'm going to catch some shut-eye since I've been up for like 18 hours and I am tired. Message me. I'm going to make an updated binder. of all my stuff that I pulled from set 28. So stay tuned. Hit me up. Peace out. Team Lake County represent. Yeah. Peace.